What's up everybody, Danny's here, and in this video, I'd like to talk about retro games in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So anyways, let's talk about it. Did you know, in the update version 3.0, Animal Crossing New Horizons lets you play retro games if you have an active Nintendo Switch Online membership, which means you have to do 50 DIY trade-ins to Cap'n and Animal Crossing New Horizons, which will give you hotel tickets, which means also that retro games like NES, SNES, and also Famicom, and there's also lots of retro games that you can play in Animal Crossing New Horizons. This is just like in the original Animal Crossing on the Nintendo GameCube. So, you have to trade 50 DIY stuff at the DIY box. So that means that once you reach 50, this means you'll play retro games also, which means retro games will include lots of great NES games, like probably like Super Mario Brothers, The Legend of Zelda, and also like from the arcade game as well. So retro games, this is kind of like with Nintendo classics, right? So retro games in Animal Crossing New Horizons, you will need an active Nintendo Switch Online membership. So that means that, let me try to think. So I don't know if you need an active internet connection for playing retro games in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I don't think so, to be honest. Only if you're playing online, though, that's for sure. Which kind of makes a lot of sense, though, definitely. So, what I'm seeing right now is that retro games are one of the best parts in Animal Crossing. Because Animal Crossing has lots of great retro games. Because right now, there is NES, Famicom, SNES, and Super Famicom. But there's also Nintendo accessories in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Which means that there's lots of retro games to play on like Nintendo Switch Online. But also you can play retro games in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So, now this kind of makes a lot of sense that Nintendo classics and retro games in Animal Crossing New Horizons are legit the same thing, though. And I'm not gonna lie, I like retro gaming. And also, when you want to play retro games in Animal Crossing New Horizons, you will need a Nintendo Switch Online membership. Depends on the plan you have, like either individual or the expansion pack. For me right now, I do have the expansion pack, though. I kind of doubt this, to be honest. I'm not sure if Nintendo's going to add in more retro games to Animal Crossing New Horizons, because they do that in Nintendo Classics. But you never know, though. But recently, though, I think there's like lots of retro games in every Animal Crossing game, honestly. But let me know, do you play retro games in Animal Crossing New Horizons? I would like to know in the comments below, definitely. I mean, I like retro gaming somehow, though, definitely. Because I like to go back playing about one of my favorite games on like the NES or any retro console. And there's also retro emulators that you can play, like the NES or Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, or Sega Genesis, or the Nintendo 64 or Super NES, and also the Sega Game Gear, and so on. And also Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, Wii U, and so on. So there's lots of retro games, like at GameStop. I mean, GameStop has lots of retro games, I'm not gonna lie. So, as I can tell, I like retro games in Animal Crossing New Horizons. But let me know, do you play retro games in Animal Crossing New Horizons? I would like to know about that in the comments below. So anyways, I think this video is going to wrap it up here for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you guys are new to this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!